Welcome to Spicy Toast Gaming, and thank you for tuning in to another video. Today we're checking out Jack max level, so level 30 with 3 stars. We're going to be going through a Aurelian Soul run. Now there's a lot of different ways you can build Jack. The build right now that I'm having fun with is the multi-strike, so we have 2 Stalker's Blade and a Gatebreaker. Great thing with this is with Jack, every time you strike you see create a coin in hand. So when you play Jack, you'll get 3 strikes off, 3 coins, lets you refill your mana. Great for trying to level up early, as well as just trying to clear the enemy board and do a little bit of extra damage. Like I said though, there's a lot of different ways to build Jack. Definitely not saying this is the best way. It's just a build that I'm having fun with currently. For his star powers, if you don't know, when you refill your mana, give allies 1 power this round and deal 1 to all enemies. Really good power. For the 2 star, when you gain the attack token, create a fleeting prize fight in hand. You see that right here. 1 cost fast, an ally and enemy strike each other. It can't drop below 1 health from the strike. A lot of very interesting ways you can use this ability. So let's go hop into a Aurelian Soul match. If you guys are enjoying this Path of Champions content, definitely like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We have a long way to go, so any help that you can give is greatly appreciated. We're in our first match here against Gangplank with perfected mana flow, and we were able to get Vanguard Lookout for our first power. We'll reroll Jack here since we know we're going to draw him again, and we'll also do that with the Slippery Wave Rider. Alright, let's get, I think, Babs on the board. Great to get her on early, as then she has more opportunities to stack up. Alright, they're out of mana. Let's blow up their barrels with a parlay. We won't really be able to get much damage down, but everything helps, especially when they have such a low amount of health. And we can now parlay and kill their other unit as well. So this is going to be absolutely amazing. As you can see, they have 3 units here, all with 1 health. We're going to play this 5-punch Pablo, and he has Attune. Attune refills 1 spell mana. As you can see, that triggers your star power, dealing 1 damage to all enemy units. Looks like they're going to parlay, but that's fine. Alright, so they're at 6 mana. They're most likely going to play Gangplank. So we're actually going to pass here, letting them play another unit. Now we can let our Jack come and strike several units. So one great thing you do with Jack, or just any of your units that are able to generate coins, like if they're equipped with the barnacles, is you can stagger your coins. So we'll play 1 here. Here we somewhat had to play 1 since we were out of mana. We can play a prize fight. You generate another coin, immediately play it again. You're just wanting to keep playing these over and over again, because every time you play one, you're triggering your star power to buff up all your units and deal 1 damage to all enemies. So often with Jack, you don't necessarily want to stack up your coins. Sometimes you do, but often you want to be playing them every time you get them, or if you're able to generate several in a row, not letting them stack up, but just play them as you get them, because that way you're buffing up your units more and able to deal a large amount of damage to the enemy. Here I think we'll play a Knuckle. And here we know that Gangplank won't be able to block Jack, so we should have enough damage to end the game. And GG. Alright, up against Zoe, we picked up Jinx as our support champion. We'll get rid of the Slippery Wave Rider and hold on to the rest. Alright, always good to check when you're playing against Zoe what spell they generated. So they got Equinox. But they don't have enough mana to play it, so we'll play Knuckle here so we have a blocker for Zoe. Alright, they have Equinox again, which means they're probably going to want to get rid of Knuckle. So we'll just play before they have the opportunity to play Equinox. So they'll have to block or just take the hit. Or block one of the other units. So one thing I could have done there is when I was attacking, I could have done a prize fight with one of my units onto Zoe. The prize fight would have dropped her down to 1 health, and then the other unit would have blocked and killed her. That is one way you can use prize fight. Here though, I just want to play Pablo. Alright, they played the Mountain Goat. Somewhat want to play Jack, but I also want to hold off for them to potentially play something else as well. So here I think I will risk passing. Okay, so they're just going to buff him up, so we'll play Jack here. Now they'll probably end up playing something regardless. I think I'll hold off and save this for the next round. Playing this just to refill a little bit of spell mana, but more to buff up our units. Right, they have Unyielding. I always forget about that. Alright, we're going to play this a little bit slower. Great to get Barnacles on Jack. That way when he strikes, he generates an extra coin. So what we're doing here, we're having our slow spell be technically first. That way it's going to go off last. This is a fast spell, so you can play them both at the same time. So we're going to have the prize fight, get rid of the spell shield, and then the risky venture, kill the unit. Alright, that really didn't do too much. Let's see if we have enough to end the game. Not quite, so we'll play the Zonite Urchin here. Alright, so we still won't have quite enough to end the game, but we'll have them very low. Important to note that from your star powers, your mana generation, it doesn't hit the Nexus, only enemy units. Let's, I guess, play Jinx here. So we'll just attack as soon as we get the attack token and end the game. And GG. Alright, up against Karma now. So game start, all players start with 10 mana. This can be pretty decent for Jack. And then Unyielding Determination, so we have another health bar to work through. We'll get rid of the Pocket Picker since it's a low-cost card and we're going to start off with 10 mana. We'll hold on to the rest as they are all pretty good. Don't really want to start with the attack token. Also, we don't have Jack, which kind of sucks. I guess we'll play Jinx first.
Peace begins within. Where there is life, there is hope.
Alright, let's play Pablo.
My family was raised on this soil.
It will be a little risky to get Jinx this low, but we want to try to work down and kill Karma this round if we can. Alright, I think we'll go like this, and it should be pretty good.
Brain to my side.
We'll bring peace to Iona.
Of course, they have another one. But this one, since it doesn't technically level up, it doesn't have its stats doubled twice, so this will be much easier to kill. I guess let's give Jinx Barnacles.
Everything's better with company.
Says you.
Alright, I think let's get 5-punch Pablo. That prize fight might help us kill Karma again. Alright, a little sad that too scared to attack. Since this is fleeting, let's just go ahead and use it now. And we have the coin that we can use to finish them off. Perfect. Alright, let's see. Always good to do a little bit of math with unyielding, so you can do as much damage as possible.
A form without mercy. Some seek a path, others a foe.
Alright, let's see here. I think we should be able to get the combo off. So 2, 4, and 6. We want to get the rally from the knuckle combo.
Screams pierce the darkness.
Oh, I just emptied the blood bucket, don't you, stir?
Oh yeah, all right, yeah, definitely, yeah, okay, so.
Alright, so now we got our rally and should be able to end the game.
Let's crack some skulls.
Hardly having that.
Alright, should be GG. Alright, up against Fiora now. We haven't really gotten any good powers, we just got flexible game plan, so really not gotten much good stuff so far. I'll get rid of the 2 Zonite Urchins, as we know we're gonna already draw them because of that Farsight. Alright, nice. We actually have Jack this time. I always struggle not to call him Jacks.
Time for the main event.
Alright, that's not great since he has Overwhelm. I guess we'll just start off with a Babs.
Let's go make some eggs, Tippy.
One of the great thing about Babs is with that regen and then 5 health, she's an amazing blocker, so she'll be able to take the hit and should be able to survive. Alright, I guess we'll throw the barnacles on our elusive. And we'll just let him attack since the others will end up being able to get killed. Alright, so this will end up killing our lounging lizard since he'll die at next round start. But that means he's going to give up the equipment, which we can then throw on like Jax. And we're going to do this to get Draven low, so we can hopefully kill him with a coin next turn if we need to. So we're going to start with playing a coin first, as if we would play Jack first. We wouldn't have enough to play any coins. Now, it is going to be a bit of a danger. Fiora might just challenge and kill our Jack.
It's not a glass board without a little glass.
The good thing is she's discarding her entire hand just to play all those spinning axes when it doesn't really matter since she already would have killed Babs. But we'll play a coin here to buff up Babs and kill Annie. And let's play a pocket picker just so we have an extra coin next round. Alright, so here we're going to use a coin to kill Fiora. Let's first play one though just to buff up our units. We're going to try to end the game this round. So since he has the barnacles, he's generating 2 coins every time.
Next round. Yay, I believe it. Those punches are doing their work.
Alright, now another prize fight. Again, he's already at 1 health, so he's not actually going to take any damage from this, but he's going to generate 2 more coins, which we can then use to finish off Kindred. Alright, so unfortunately we don't have another way to trigger a little bit of extra mana to kill our Cythria, but that's fine. We should still have enough damage.
I just emptied the blood bucket, don't you stop.
Oh, yeah, alright, yeah, definitely, yeah, okay.
Alright, so that should be GG. Alright, up against Poppy now with Power Overwhelming, and we were able to get some decent upgrades. We got Spellslinger, so all of our spells cost 1 less. That can be really nice with your coins. Also, we were able to get the Colossal Hammer on Jack, so now he has 3 additional power and 1 extra health. We'll get rid of the Zonite Urchin. Alright, let's see. I think I'll play a Coral Creatures to buff up our units a little bit. Here's another fun little combo you can do. So you can use your Parlay first. So this is going to deal 1 damage to the unit. Then you also do your prize fight. Have these situated to go off at the exact same time, which is just very, very nice. Alright, so now we don't have any blockers and get a decent amount of damage down on their Nexus.
You best believe I don't play.
Alright, let's just kill that unit.
Well, pardon.
And let's get Babs on the board. And even the pocket pickers. Sad that again we were unlucky to not have our Jack. So we know they're likely to play Poppy here. I think let's get our Jinx on the board as she should be able to handle Poppy. So one issue, we want to use the coin to finish off Poppy, but we can't use the coin first because we have to use the prize fight first, but we need the coin to buff up Jinx to actually get to the 9 power. Alright, I think we'll just use this first. Now we'll attack and hope that the AI thinks that they'll survive and block one of our 1 power units. If they do that, we'll then use the coin to kill her. Alright, perfect. And GG. Alright, up against Sejuani with level up, so hopefully don't get too lucky and draw too many broken champions. We finally have our Jack, and we've been able to get a couple items on him, so he's really going to hurt with those strikes. Pretty decent opening hand.
Cup of tea? Fine by me.
Alright, so we don't have any 2-cost elusive right now. We don't have our Knuckle, so we're not going to be able to block Nora at all. That'll be a bit annoying. I think I might just pass here.
Just where I wonder.
Yeah, Nora being able to put those portals, generating pretty high cost followers, it's not the best case scenario. Alright, let's get our pocket picker. And even use some barnacles. Let's try to get Nora off the board, as if she's able to stay on, she's going to make a lot of problems for us. Alright, so I guess we will attack like this, drag her to the side. Afterwards, we'll then use a parlay to hopefully finish her off. We don't want her attacking and generating more portals. That's just going to be terrible for us. It is going to be a little rough. They are going to be able to deal good amount of damage to our units, but yeah, I feel like we need to get some early damage. Hopefully we can just play Jax and finish off whoever is left. So if they don't open attack, then we're fine. If they open attack, we will then have a little bit of an issue. I think I'll play the Zaunite Urchin here, just so we have some blockers in case they open attack, because they could do a lot of damage. Okay, good.
Strange, wonderful world.
It's not a bloodsport without a little keep it flying.
Alright, so we're going to use the Risky Venture to kill off their Nocturne. This is going to generate coins. We will then play the coins to kill the other two. Oh, that still goes... That's lame. I didn't think that would go off if she died. Alright, so we're 8 away, so being able to play a Zap Spray Fin should level us up.
That just makes the fighting sweeter.
Nice.
This is a fight.
So we'll open attack next round and should be able to end the game. Alright, GG, hopefully. Yes.
Haven't hit you with my good arm yet. This is a fight.
Alright, so up against Misfortune with Unyielding, we were able to pick up Disarmed, so enemies have 1 less power. And we also grabbed the Path from a store, so grant an ally round start, grant me 1 power. Should be pretty decent, especially since our spells cost 1 less. I think we'll go with this. Let's get our Knuckle on the board, I think. Alright, so here we're going to use a prize fight, get them down to 1 health, and then the other unit will finish them off.
I'm one of the good guys, but not that good.
So I'm going to try to use the Path a couple times on Knuckle, so every round is going to be getting 2-2. I think that should be pretty funny for letting him scale up. We'll play a Pocket Picker and let the Ephemeral one block Misfortune.
Time for violence.
Alright, I think we'll play 5 Punch Pablo, and he should be able to help us kill Misfortune.
Oi, Baz! Wanna give me a back rub?
I know you big swaddle of dinner.
Stabby, stabby, stab.
Alright, so I think we will attack like this, dealing a decent amount of damage to the enemy. And it will get Misfortune off the board. And let's use our get excited with our fleeting spell to deal more damage to their Nexus. Kind of focusing more on just burning them down in this match. Great, so our other elusive also got buffed up by the Path. Alright, let's use our coin to kill their Corsair. And our Risky Venture to kill their other unit as well. Sure, let's play our other coins. That way we have enough to play Jinx. And let's try to open attack and end the game.
Let's do this.
Hardly having that.
Oh, I should have. That messed up the calculation, so it's not actually doing that much extra damage. Should have waited until after we got through their health bar. Doesn't really matter though, because Jack is here to end the game. Alright, up against Zed, he has Power Overwhelming, and we're able to get a Ancient Coin, so our Jack is now a 3 cost. That should be pretty nice. And we got the free attack on our Knuckle. Alright, we'll play Knuckle since he is elusive.
Goes and let them bleed out.
Not that they really have enough power to do anything anyways. We'll let Jack handle both of them.
You make a fine hype shark, Knuckle.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
So let's do a prize fight. Well, prize fight into parlay to kill their Zed right away. Refill our mana. Granted, we already have enough to end the game, but more the merrier. Alright, GG. Alright, up against Lee Sin with Power Overwhelming again. We were able to get the Savage Shield in our Jack, so he has a little bit more power and health. And we are able to get Stabilized. Now when we summon Jack, we're summoning another one that's going to also do that triple strike. Very nice. Let's get rid of the Spray Fin. We can hold on to the other two. Alright, I think we'll just attack before they play anything. We actually want them to have units on the board, so we have more units for our Jack to hit. And even though we're going to burn a card next round, most likely, I think we'll just pass. That way we have the 2 mana left over to give Jack Barnacles. They're going to play their Lee Sin. Oh no. So because this unit got summoned with the Warlord's Palace, now our second Jack is going to get removed or not going to get played because it doesn't have room. So that's a little annoying.
I've come a long way for a fight.
Because we could have almost ended the game right there. Alright, let's give Jack Barnacles. And also the path. So we don't really care about Warlord's Palace. So let's maybe play the Lookout. That way we can just open attack and try to end the game.
I'm watching you.
Are they going to have their stun? Nope. Alright, GG. Alright, up against Nautilus with Mana Flow. We were able to get stacked against them, so the first card we play each round costs 1 less for every 20 cards we have. We have over 40 cards, so it's going to be reduced down by 2. We're able to get a couple great cards, such as Pow Pow from the shop, and our Risky Venture reduced down by 1, and a couple other cards that we might see. Alright, so still no Jack. Feels bad. But we'll play a 2-cost Jinx.
Jinx? Stands for Jinx? Sure.
And even a risky venture, might as well kill off their 1 unit.
Got me. Yeah.
Watch my post.
Alright, let's see here. I think we'll play a Zap Spray Fin.
Like a fish in water.
Give me the stuff. Stuff makes happy.
So we could use a parlay, but I think we'll use a coin here to finish him off as well as buff up our whole board. Alright, how are we looking for damage? Yeah, that's actually pretty decent. We'll do this, plus they get excited. And we can finish off with a parlay if we need to. Alright, GG. Up against Lulu now, who has, again, Power Overwhelming. Gotten a lot of that this game. Decent opening hand. I think we'll actually get rid of the Pocket Picker, but keep the rest. Nice, we actually got Jacks. What, Jack? Ugh.
Well, this isn't the Glade.
Alright, so they only have 1 unit, but we'll just play Jack anyways.
King with that bragging of big pounds.
Let's give him Barnacles. And potentially open attack and end the game next round. Alright, do they have anything to stop us? Guess not. GG. Alright, final boss time. So Aurelion Sol with Unyielding. I'll get rid of the Zonite Urchin. Actually hold on to the Risky Venture since, well, 1, they're free and they also have draw, so that won't be too bad.
Shape the skies and mold the earth.
So we're just going to pass, see if they play anything else. I don't want to have our Jack just hit that. Alright, I guess they're not going to play anything else. I think I'll hold off on playing my Jack for now since we'll be somewhat wasted. Since they don't have an attack, they're not likely to attack at all. Let's just play our 5-punch Pablo.
Five punch Pablo.
Yeah, I think this is fine. Alright, they have Kale. We're gonna pass one more time so they can play something else before we play our Jack. Alright, still didn't play anything, so here we go.
Slow way of jacking. Without never missing tentacle. For that scissor send around that, are you?
Alright, give Jack Barnacles. I think we'll play Flame Chompers just so we can drag the enemy aside if we need to. Not really going to matter for this round, but future rounds.
I'm watching you.
So I could use the coins to buff up our attack, but I feel like that's somewhat a waste. Yeah, we'll save this for if we need to do something a little crazy later.
Shroud the world in wings.
Alright, let's use a Crescent Strike here. The big thing is obviously stopping Aatrox.
Rouse your kind, dragon.
What did we get? Alright, that. We'll use another Crescent Strike here.
We're playing bonfire.
As foretold.
Alright, so this is going to be a little excessive, but I kind of want to clear their board as much as possible. We're going to do this just for the extra draw, see if we can get something good.
Found one.
Alright, let's just use a Get Excited straight to their Nexus. And this won't get us any coins and it's not going to kill the target, but we're going to get that extra draw, see if we can get something good.
Got a little Bilgewater special for you.
Okay, Knuckle, that's not bad. Alright, so we know they want to play Aurelion Sol.
Time to get bloody. Hey, you there! I'm watching you.
Oh, right, of course. They have Unyielding. Alright, I think let's start with playing Knuckle.
Our little prototype. After a bit of blood.
You know what? Shut up, Jack.
No stars. Now we forge destiny. A destiny born in starfire.
So I was thinking about using Prize Fight to try to kill Aatrox, but to be honest, every time he strikes he's going to heal the Nexus, which we don't really want them to be able to do. So I think I'm just going to try to take some of their other blockers away. Oh, our mana was full, so it didn't work. Well, that was great.
Hardly having that.
Alright, so we're going to try to attack like this. They can't block Knuckle. And then Aurelion Sol will only be able to block one of these two since they're both going to have the Brash. Now, if they kill Jack, they will then rally. Alright, let's go ahead and give Barnacles goodness. That gave them a lot of health. Yeah, let's give Barnacles to Knuckle. Might as well get rid of his spell shield. So I don't think we'll play or attack with Jinx, as she'll just get blocked and killed. Just to finish off their one dragon. Alright, let's let Jack do a little bit of damage here. And let's try to attack and see if we can end the game. Now, if they have some annoying spells, they'll be able to stop us, but might as well do what we can. Wow. So they silenced the two that weren't going to end the game. What are they doing? Wow. All right, well, GG. So definitely misplayed that last match, but still able to come away with the win and the S rank. Really enjoying Jack. I think he is a great champion. Probably wouldn't say he's the best in the region. By the way, I will be having a updated region ranking video coming out shortly. So if you want to know who the best champion for every region is, that will be covered in that video. Yeah, a lot of fun. His kit works very well together, very synergistic. And even though he's using the same coin mechanic as Set, it's still playing out very differently, as quite often you're wanting to fire off coins one after the other instead of always trying to stockpile them for a big combo. But you can also do that big combo as well, especially if you're trying to do the Knuckle combo. A lot of fun though. I hope you guys enjoyed that max level gameplay. If you did, definitely like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.